I'm Thomas Wilson, a diabetes expert with extensive medical training, and I have breakthrough news for you. 2 years ago, together with a brilliant team of researchers and doctors from prestigious institutions like the Swiss Federal Institute, the University of Cambridge, and the University of Melbourne, we defied conventional wisdom and demonstrated beyond the shadow of a doubt that diabetes can be reversed in just days. After extensive work, day and night, in the use of confocal laser scanning microscopy, which provides detailed 3D images of insulin cells, we identified a Nobel Prize-winning pathway that not only increases the number of insulin-producing cells, but also maximizes their function. As a result, the cells become completely healthy and functional almost immediately. Blood sugar levels normalize, eradicating diabetes from the body. It also eliminates the risk of serious infections, kidney failure, and blindness.
This proven method, effective for everyone whether you've had diabetes for a week or 40 years, is known in the medical field as
bioengineered stem cells for diabetes remission. And however complicated this may seem, it's 100% natural, easy to use, and cheaper than your daily coffee. It can be done from home and starts working almost immediately. It's the only tested method that allows you to say goodbye to your erratic blood sugar levels.
This life-changing solution has passed multiple trials before reaching you today in its final form.
And holds a 100% efficiency rate with more than 140,000 test subjects. The entire study and its results were published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation in September 2023. Also, as confirmed by the Swiss Federal Institute and the University of Melbourne, it was declared the only method that successfully promotes the proliferation of beta cells in the body.
Now, in just 4 minutes, I'll show you how to replicate these incredible results from the comfort of your own home.
I'll teach you everything you need to know to end the battle with diabetes and regain your energy, health, and vitality.
Just like I did in less than a month. And I'm grateful for this miracle every day. But it's not just me.
Lucy Grant, 57, from Denver, Colorado, reversed her diabetes in just 10 days. Michael Thompson, 61, succeeded in just 2 weeks. Michael was skeptical when he first heard about this solution, but desperate to avoid insulin dependence. At 285 pounds, he was experiencing severe fatigue and neuropathy. Motivated by the chance to reclaim his health, Michael followed this amazing treatment and, to his astonishment, he reversed his type 2 in 2 weeks. Now he tells everyone,
yes, it's possible to reverse your type 2.
Tom Sanders, 62, from Vancouver, Canada, was told to prepare for the worst when he tried it. Today, Tom is diabetes-free.
My health markers have drastically improved. My A1C, blood pressure, and cholesterol levels are all in the normal range.
Now, you're probably wondering why you didn't read about this on the front page of your favorite newspaper.
Well, authorizing such discoveries is a challenging process. Pharmaceutical companies, research institutes, and medical organizations all have to give their stamp of approval before something as significant as this can hit the news. And Big Pharma, which wants you to rely on their Band-Aid solutions for the rest of your life, is stifling all research so you never become completely healthy. Because every cured person means lost revenue.
So the medical community told us to wait for more than a year before releasing this amazing treatment. But with 500 million people suffering from diabetes, I cannot wait another second.
Especially since we know this works even in the most difficult cases, such as people who've had diabetes for more than 40 years or who already suffered kidney failure.
Please pay attention to this life-changing presentation because I don't know how long I can keep it up. We need to spread the word quickly so people get well fast.
But first, here's what you'll discover in this video. First, I'll reveal why you have diabetes and expose the big secret of diabetes medications, why they don't have the ability to cure you, and why they're made to be taken for life. Then, I'll introduce you to specific compounds that enable the growth and regeneration of beta cells through a unique process called bioengineered stem cells for diabetes remission. Scientists reveal that the miraculous power of this method lies in its triple action approach. First, it restores, differentiates, and multiplies beta cells, the insulin-producing cells in your body. Second, it ensures insulin flows freely throughout the body. And third, it lowers glucose to healthy levels.
Now, if you're skeptical, I understand.
Unlike the doctor who never struggled with diabetes or the friends who gossip behind your back, emotions can run high, especially when it's not your fault and you've tried all sorts of treatments for a long time with no success. But starting today, things are going to change, and you'll reverse your type 2 diabetes for good. First, your glucose levels will decrease day by day. Then, you'll get more energy, your mind will be sharper, and you'll regain your passion and joy. And most importantly, after years of poor sleep, you'll feel rested and light. and the pounds will start to drop before your very eyes.
It's like becoming 10 years younger in 5 weeks.
You'll forget about the daily injections, the fatigue, the cravings. The horrible side effects of the medications will be a thing of the past, and you'll regain the freedom to be healthy, the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want, the freedom to eat your favorite foods, and the energy to play with your kids or grandkids for hours.
Only the elite have had access to the world's most skilled doctors who've tested this method and seen amazing results. So let's start. Hi, my name is Thomas Wilson.
I'm 54 years old and a retired medical nutritionist and chemistry professor at a well-known university. In collaboration with specialists, doctors, and other health enthusiasts, I opened a high-performance laboratory where we made significant discoveries to improve people's lives. Yet none compares to what I'm about to share with you.
My story is personal and quite embarrassing, given my extensive career in the medical field. But perhaps that's how it was meant to be.
Everything started 6 years ago, almost to the day, when I started noticing some rather unusual symptoms. I developed uncontrollable cravings for chocolate and other desserts like warm apple pie. Soon after, I started feeling tired all the time, making it impossible to work. Initially, I chalked it up to seasonal fatigue, but a visit to my doctor revealed something unexpected: type 2 diabetes.
This was a big shock for me.
I was working out about 4 times a week, and I admit it, I was eating carbs, and I have a bit of a sweet tooth, but who doesn't? My doctor, Brian Moore, prescribed large doses of metformin and set up monthly blood sugar checkups.
I thought the medication would help me feel better, but everything got worse.
And for the next 4 years, my blood sugar levels climbed higher and failed to stabilize. I began experiencing tingling in my legs, and the cravings for sweets never disappeared. I also gained more than 58 pounds around my belly and back, and aside from feeling heavy all the time, my whole body was aching. That's when my doctor upgraded my medication and decided to give me insulin shots.
I trusted his judgment, but the results didn't improve.
My immunity kept falling, leaving my body fragile and sensitive. 2.5 years ago, I had a bacterial infection that I couldn't fight off. The Group A streptococcus triggered necrotizing fasciitis in my left foot, silently assaulting my nerves until it looked like this. And all of this happened just because of my diabetes, and because of my body's inability to fight it.
Nothing seemed to be going well for me.
The 4 medications for the foot infection combined with the insulin shots made me feel like a zombie. I experienced dizziness, diarrhea, and excessive sweating. But the worst was yet to come. On December 20th, right before Christmas, Dr. Brian Moore delivered news that hit me like a train. We'll have to amputate your foot, otherwise the infection will spread throughout your body.
I was speechless.
I lost my grip on reality, my legs gave out, and I was about to hit the floor when Laura, my wife, held me up. The doctor continued, "The longer we wait, the faster it spreads." My wife acknowledged him and told the doctor we would think it over before making a decision. On our way home, I didn't utter a single word. I was still in shock at the thought of never using my left leg again.
It felt horrible.
Over the next few days, I fell into a deep, dark hole of depression. I had nights filled with nightmares, waking up screaming about my leg being amputated. Once, I woke up in cold sweats dreaming I had a heart attack. I was also terrified that diabetes would eventually lead to Alzheimer's or dementia.
After all these terrible thoughts and feelings, I started to suspect something was extremely wrong with this picture. I felt like I was living in a horror movie.
The truth was that my diabetes had become much worse in an extremely short period of time, and it was obvious that I couldn't go on like this. I took a deep breath. I asked God for help and began to consider my options. First, I could continue taking the meds recommended by my doctor, with all those nasty side effects for the rest of my life, placing my life in the hands of a broken system that almost amputated my foot. Or I could choose the second option, fight for my life, seek out the true cause of diabetes, and eliminate it from my body forever.
A voice inside me told me this was my only choice. And from that day, I knew this was my mission in life. Suddenly, I felt a renewed ambition and determination burning inside me.
And for the next 2 months, I dedicated all my time researching diabetes. I signed up for medical sites, contacted universities for details about their published studies, and read endless reports of clinical trials, but found nothing new.
The conclusions were always the same. Take your medication and live like a diabetic. Well, that was the whole point. I didn't want to be like every other diabetic.
Then, I stumbled upon some eye-openers. Big Pharma is shelling out a whopping $2.3 billion a year to get doctors to hype up their meds. The New York Times revealed that doctors are now writing 50% more prescriptions than before, each costing us $60 more than it should. Even worse, all this seems to do is make sufferers even sicker, because the life expectancy of diabetics has decreased by 15% in the last few years. Studies show that people with diabetes live approximately 12 years less than those without diabetes.
I was disgusted and angry to see that all Big Pharma cared about was putting more money into their shareholders' pockets, while we, those with diabetes, watched our lives slip away. I had to do something about it.
So I started calling all my doctor friends, people I have worked with or who have worked in my lab, and whom I knew would be honest with me, asking them for their opinions about my problem and the treatment I'd received. One of them, Dr. Todd Brown, a metabolic specialist, advised me to read the medication prospects carefully, which I did.
And as a medical expert, I realized that diabetes meds and treatments have one big problem. A problem that has not been debated yet or honestly presented.
They don't act on the root cause of the disease. In fact, they only manage the symptoms. This approach will never allow you to cure your diabetes. Even worse are the frightening side effects, which every diabetic ends up experiencing, such as weight gain, unstoppable cravings, interrupted sleep, cold sweats or excessive sweat, bloating, dizziness, kidney and liver damage.
Please, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but we all know these symptoms make your life and diabetes worse, not better.
And while this was a slap in the face and a wake-up call to reality, my research also gave me the glimmer of hope I needed to keep going, and led me to the astonishing diabetes reversing solution that I'm about to share with you. One night at 11 p.m., when I was utterly exhausted and had almost lost all hope, I received a message from Dr. Brown, the same one who told me to pay attention to the medication prescriptions. And he sent me a link to a new study. I eagerly clicked and learned about a groundbreaking study published on September 15th in the Journal of Clinical Investigation. It detailed breakthrough research conducted by a brilliant team of experts from Weill Cornell Medicine who uncovered a novel route to stimulate the proliferation of beta cells, those vital cells in the pancreas which produce and secrete insulin. Now, to everyone's surprise, this method not only stimulated the growth of new beta cells, but also repaired and revitalized the deficient ones, making them healthier and more efficient than ever before, with an immediate effect to normalize blood sugar levels in diabetes sufferers. After treatment, the beta cells looked amazingly healthy and were packed full of insulin, the team concluded.
Reading this, a flicker of hope ignited within me. The thought that I could heal and avoid amputation was overwhelming. If I could cure my diabetes, my foot would heal, and I could reclaim my life.
I sincerely thank my friend for sending me this message and continued my medical research with renewed vigor. I found the entire detailed study here, and that's how I learned the following things. In type 2 diabetes, the body's tissues become resistant to insulin, which means they can't absorb and use blood sugar effectively. At the same time, the insulin-producing beta cells fail, diminishing in number and losing their ability to function properly. Without these crucial beta cells, the body can't produce enough insulin, leading to the need for insulin injections. That's why the Weill Cornell Medicine team, specialized in endocrinology, diabetes, and metabolism, set their sights on something far more ambitious than the medical community had ever dared before. They focused on the molecular mechanism that controls beta cell proliferation. For 5 years, leveraging the advanced capabilities of confocal laser scanning microscopy, which provides 3D images of insulin cells, the team conducted detailed analysis comparing healthy beta cells to those in diabetic individuals. Their observations revealed a crucial deficiency in the beta cells of people with diabetes: the absence of a protein called cyclin D3. This protein is essential for dividing and creating new cells and producing insulin efficiently. Armed with this knowledge, the next logical step was to find ways to stimulate cyclin D3 activity at the beta cell level. After experimenting with various medications, the team discovered that only certain plants, roots, and leaves of extremely high purity could reach the cellular level. They developed a formula that successfully delivered the missing cyclin D3 protein to the beta cell. The immediate effect was that the blood sugar levels of the test subjects normalized, effectively reversing their diabetes. Unfortunately, the article mentioned this was still in the research stage, with no public treatment available yet.
And from my medical experience, I knew that it would take years of rigorous testing before a treatment could be available to the public. But time was a luxury I didn't have. I needed a solution before I lost my foot. The next few days, I turned into a little detective and followed the story.
As expected, I started looking for the doctors, and I found one of them. Dr. Marcus Fry. I found out that Dr. Marcus Fry is a Swiss doctor who studied in Germany for more than 10 years. He did most of his research work there as well, and he also formed a partnership with an American and European team of experts with a common goal: to find a remedy so powerful it could control and stabilize blood sugar.
The only obstacle was that I couldn't find any contact information for Dr. Free.
Then I had another idea: to look up the authors of the article. And while searching on the authors, I saw something that gave me goosebumps. One of them, a 62-year-old American man named Peter Davis, who worked as a journalist for many publications, had written on his personal blog about his encounter with Dr. Fry, and how Dr. Fry helped him lower his blood sugar levels from 230 to 110 using a miraculous mix.
I was sure it was the same solution used in the study.
And Peter's blog revealed even more astonishing details. Not only did he balance his blood sugar levels, but he also lost a significant amount of weight, about 32 pounds. He described how this miraculous mix skyrocketed his energy levels, making him feel brand new. Despite indulging in his favorite meals, his sugar levels remained stable. His cholesterol levels improved dramatically, and he was now completely free from diabetes. I was left speechless. Peter provided a meticulous analysis proving his results. He presented real pictures of himself before and after trying Dr. Fry's method. The transformation was incredible. Peter looked younger, healthier, and much more toned.
His compelling evidence fueled my determination even further. Seeing such a dramatic improvement in Peter's health made me believe that I could get the same results.
My quest to find Dr. Fry and his life-changing formula became more urgent than ever, and I was left with one final choice: to ask Peter to put me in touch with Dr. Fry. So I left a message for Peter on Facebook, asking him to help me with the doctor's number because I was desperate, fearing I might lose my foot due to diabetes. Then I started checking my messages every hour, but 5 days passed without any response.
My willpower was getting weaker, and just when I was starting to think he would never reply,
I received a message. All I saw in that text was a name and a number. I looked closer and found that it contained the name Dr. Fry and his personal number. I clicked to call immediately. I couldn't wait any longer.
the tension was building up in my chest as the phone rang.
Then he picked up the other end of the line with a gluten Morgan, but when he heard me speaking English, he switched to English as well. After properly introducing myself and telling him that I was an American, he confessed that he was very familiar with how widespread diabetes is in the U.S., as he had conducted many studies here.
I already knew that, but hearing it from him gave me even more faith that he could help me.
At first, I felt Dr. Fry was a little reluctant to give me more details, so I started telling him about Peter's blog, the study from the Journal of Clinical Investigation, and my personal research. Then, I poured out my personal story. I told him how quickly my health had deteriorated, and how I ended up with a severe infection on my foot that now required amputation. I told him about my unstoppable cravings, constant tiredness, and emotional stress.
I explained how I'd done everything right and still got awful results.
Conventional medicine, treatments, and doctors have failed me, I said. You're my last chance. Please tell me about the treatment Peter took. He listened quietly, and then, after I finished my story, he opened up to me about sharing his vast knowledge and wisdom. First, let's be clear about diabetes. Diabetes is not your fault. It's the result of a carousel of poor advice and treatments from doctors, and as a doctor, I apologize for that. Now, the real cause of type 2 diabetes is not eating sugar or carbs, and I can show you studies that confirm Americans and people all over the world have decreased their consumption of sugar and other carbs over the last decade. Yet type 2 diabetes rates are constantly growing. We can conclude that people who are trying hard to fix their blood sugar are doing it the wrong way. My colleagues and I at Weill Cornell Medicine discovered that the lack of cyclin D3, a protein crucial for regulating the cell cycle, prevents beta cells from proliferating. And after years of work and continuous research, I can say for sure that this is the root cause of type 2 diabetes. When cyclin D3 has been missing for an extended period, the number of beta cells, the insulin-producing cells, decreases and less insulin is produced. Without insulin, your blood sugar creeps up, leading you to type 2 diabetes. As humans, we're born with plenty of cyclin D3 to function perfectly, but over time we split into two categories of people, and I'll explain why. Some of us deplete it while others retain it. Those of us who lose the cyclin D3 protein from our bodies do so because of oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is caused by free radicals, which are unstable and highly reactive molecules that damage cells and proteins through oxidation. This damage leads to the reduction of beta cells and, therefore, diabetes. This oxidative stress is more severe in some people because they live in more polluted areas, are exposed to more radiation, and consume foods with dangerous chemical compounds. Unfortunately, the U.S. is number one for all these factors: pollution, radiation, and harmful chemicals in food. So it's no wonder there are so many diabetics in the USA.
The truth is, no matter how hard you try to fix your blood sugar, exercising daily, staying off sugars and carbs, as you've already noticed, it's not working because it's impossible to reverse your type 2 diabetes unless you fix this one thing.
So we created a protocol, not only to proliferate and differentiate the beta cells in the body, but also to improve the quality of the existing ones. That's why my colleagues and I named this procedure bioengineered stem cells for diabetes remission. For more than 5 years, we tracked compounds capable of reaching and multiplying the cells. Using an advanced microscope named confocal laser scanning microscopy, we were able to observe the cells in 3D and track their evolution in the presence of certain key substances. Through this method, we discovered the right mix not only doubled the insulin-producing cells almost immediately, but also significantly improved their activity. It works on the same principle as stem cells. It restores the health of the cell and then multiplies it. The first reaction of the body in contact with these bioengineered stem cells was a drastic reduction in blood sugar levels. Then, we observed an immediate recovery of energy. And the third and most important thing, the reversal of diabetes.
But why isn't the solution public yet? If it has been discovered, I asked.
Because approving a treatment for diabetes takes years, Dr. Fry explained. Currently, it's in the process of approval, but considering the obstacle Big Pharma puts in the way of such discoveries, I'm sure it'll take years to become public and usable.
Hearing this made me sad, but I figured that if I used this treatment and it worked, I would make it public, no matter the risk, so that everyone suffering from diabetes can put an end to this debilitating disease.
I was also very curious to hear Peter's story and how he came to benefit from this treatment. Dr. Fry revealed that he and Peter have been friends since childhood, as their fathers were college classmates. That's why Peter had access to Dr. Fry and to all of his secret information. Also, as I had already expected, Peter volunteered for Dr. Fry's medical trials, and his results brought much joy to the team who worked on this curative solution.
With everything clarified, I was eager to find out what this ultimate diabetes reversing formula was.
What could possibly make it so powerful to not only fiercely fight diabetes, but also start repairing and rejuvenating the entire body? You'll need to mix a list of plants together in specific amounts and drink them every morning. This is how you'll create a powerful catalytic effect to boost their efficiency and cause a potent chain reaction that makes the proliferation and differentiation of beta cells possible, reversing your type 2 diabetes. This way, your body will naturally produce the amount of insulin it needs, the doctor said.
Now, here's a short explanation of the astonishing mix of ingredients used by Dr. Free and how they work. But first, the doctor warned me.
This is 100% effective only when you use all of the ingredients combined in these exact same ratios to get the best possible results against diabetes, heart disease, liver problems, poor circulation, and body inflammation. Without adequate preparation, the whole solution is pretty much worthless. That's why a lot of supplements don't have any effect. And this is something that no one will tell you, because as Dr. Fry said, Big Pharma's interest is to keep you on the hamster wheel, not solve your problems. Each time a newly released treatment works exceptionally well, they create obstacles to delay it or make it disappear forever, so that people continue to buy their useless solutions.
But now, let me present the ingredients that effectively create bioengineered stem cells in the body, capable of eliminating diabetes and restoring the body to its youthful state.
The first miraculous ingredient is yarrow flowers. This plant, fortified with a few vitamins and minerals, is so powerful that it can reach the cellular level, nourishing the cells and restoring their health, thus preparing the ground for cell differentiation and multiplication. Then, bitter melon blended with juniper berries and a specific quantity of banaba leaf infiltrate into the cells nourished by the yarrow flower. These ingredients have the capability to increase new baby cells, or the so-called bioengineered stem cells. Licorice and white mulberry act as a dynamic catalyst that successfully replace cyclin D3, allowing the beta cells to function correctly and ensuring no deficiencies in the body.
Soon enough, after starting this potent mix, you'll enjoy the healthy body of your youth. That healthy body that can take in all foods without restrictions. Hearing this made me incredibly excited, and I asked Dr. Fry to help me prepare the mix, offering to go to Germany.
But Dr. Fry refused to get involved in creating the formula, as he had signed a contract stating he wouldn't remake it. However, he could give me the ingredients and advise on preparation because all the substances are natural.
As you can imagine, it took me a few months of focused work to recreate this super potent mix here in America.
The first thing I did was contact my good friend and doctor, Daniel Bolson, who specialized in naturopathy. Daniel was super keen to help anyone with type 2 diabetes because his father had lost his eyesight to the disease 8 years ago. He had 20 years of experience in the natural medicine space, so that made him the perfect partner for me. Together, we searched the whole world through our scientific connections and only worked with certified producers and verified suppliers, making sure that our recipe only included top quality ingredients.
It was exhausting. We worked day and night, testing until dawn, making sure that we had the right quantities of the most effective combination of ingredients.
Daniel said it would be a lot more efficient if we were to bottle these active ingredients in easy-to-swallow capsules instead of liquid solution, because this way, nobody could get the ratios wrong, and the effect would be more powerful. He was right. I agreed right away, and after a few months of testing, there it was. My hands were shaking as I finally held the formula that would save me from my diabetes disaster and bring back my life and happiness.
If this tiny natural mix was the most effective treatment for type 2 diabetes, it would be a miracle. Naturally, I was the very first to try it.
The first 3 days, I didn't feel much, but my faith remained strong. After 2 more days, something changed. I started feeling less anxious and more relaxed. After a week, I could see clearly that I was sleeping better, and my energy was increasing, though the changes in my blood sugar levels were still minor. Doubts began to creep in. Maybe I'd been foolish to think it would really reverse my diabetes. Maybe I still had to schedule my amputation. But Peter swore it worked for him, so I held on to hope. And 4 days later, something incredible happened. I checked my morning blood sugar, and to my surprise, it had dropped a whopping 70 points, down to 290.
To be honest, I initially thought it was a mistake, but with each day that passed, my readings dropped dramatically.
A few weeks later, I was down to 210, then 160, 130, until I finally stabilized at 103. That wasn't all. Even though I found it hard to believe, the fat on my belly and back was melting day by day just as my blood sugar was dropping. The truth is that I started looking younger, much younger. The impossible cravings and snackings were gone and my strength was restored.
Most importantly, the foot infection had begun to recede in 5 months. I lost a total of 58 pounds, with my blood sugar stable at about 94, and with 0 signs of infection. My health markers were all within normal range, and for the first time in 5 years, I felt a new surge of energy and freedom.
This meant I could live my life again, eat out at restaurants with my wife, spend more time with my friends, and of course, get to watch my amazing daughter grow up. We had the time of our lives. You can't imagine how wonderful it is to have this new freedom. I was feeling so energetic, so confident, and most of all, I was happy again.
My test had worked. My mission was clear. I had to share this amazing discovery with the world and help all those struggling with type 2 diabetes reverse their disease.
So I spoke to Daniel to test it on more people. But before that, we decided our treatment had to fulfill 3 basic conditions. First, it had to work for everybody who has type 2 diabetes, from those who had this terrible disease for many years to the newly diagnosed and pre-diabetics. Second, it had to deliver results in less than 180 days because I know people don't have much time and cannot wait a long time to see results. Third, it had to be backed up by multiple independent studies.
We kept these elements in mind to prove, even to the most skeptical of diabetics, who all said it was impossible, that our treatment really works and is scientifically valid.
Thanks to Daniel's contacts, we were able to find 160 volunteers, men and women, 20 years old up to 82 years old, from different walks of life. Some were pre-diabetics, others newly diabetics, and some were people who'd suffered for 40 years with the disease. All agreed to try our treatment for 180 days, and that's because we personally delivered it to their home. They each received a form so they could document their weekly progress. I expected to wait for at least a couple of weeks for the initial reports to come back.
But what happened next was amazing.
After just 6 or 7 days, I started getting calls from everyone in the study, claiming their glucose readings were better, and they were also starting to lose weight. They couldn't believe it. So I encouraged them to stick with their pills and continue tracking their progress. And when I went to collect the reports, the results were mind-blowing. All participants, without exception, who reached the 6-month mark removed diabetes from their body and had considerably improved their health markers, lowering their blood pressure, improving cardiovascular health, and even enhancing brain function. The method also melted away an average of 21 pounds of excess body fat in 6 weeks.
We were so excited, we couldn't wait to share this treatment with the entire world.
This marked the birth of CelluCare, the only method that differentiates and proliferates insulin-producing cells in the most powerful way of controlling blood sugar and reversing type 2 diabetes by ensuring an optimal level of insulin in the body and restoring all the damaged cells. This is the formula that reversed my type 2 diabetes and has helped more than 140,000 people free themselves from high blood sugar, heart, and liver problems. It's an extremely efficient formula you can start using right now and see results in just a few days.
People from all over the world confirm this amazing achievement, like Yolanda H., 58, New York.
I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 7 years ago. At first, my doctor put me on metformin, and every 6 months he increased my dosage because my diabetes was getting worse. After a while, I started to feel pain in my kidneys, had bad sleep and dizziness as side effects from the meds. My dream of a happy retirement was fading away. After I used your CelluCare remedy, I started to believe again. At first, I was skeptical that something so simple would work, but after trying this method for 1 month, I got my blood sugar down from 190 to 130. Then another 2 months passed, and my blood sugar level went down to 105 and stayed there for more than 10 weeks. I've also lost 29 pounds, and I can finally live the life I always dreamed of living. Robert P., 63 from California. My diabetes started many years ago, and I've tried everything. Diets, exercise plans, teas, medication, acupuncture, smoothies. I even gave up drinking alcohol. All this helped me for a while, but then my blood sugar returned to high levels. I was convinced that my diabetes would never go away. When I tried CelluCare, it was like everything suddenly clicked into place. And in a very short period of time, I reversed my type 2 diabetes just like you said. Now I'm enjoying a new life without stress, tiredness, bad sleep, or bland food. People should know this really works. I'm telling it to everybody. Thank you. By now, you're probably asking, how can I get this amazing supplement?
The truth is that getting all the right ingredients to make this powerful type 2 diabetes reversing formula is extremely hard.
As Dr. Fry said, 97% of the natural ingredients on the market are either fake or filled with pesticides. Also, the people who've tested our product and regained their lives keep asking us for more bottles for themselves, for their families and friends, just to stock up in case we won't be able to provide it anymore, and to make sure that they'll have the power to fight diabetes for the rest of their lives. Plus, there are an impressive number of people who don't have diabetes but just take the supplement to rejuvenate their entire body and improve the function of their pancreas, liver, and heart, emptying our stock in a matter of days. Moreover, CelluCare is carefully produced only in small batches that take up to 6 months to deliver.
This process is essential to ensure that the quality of the product is 100% effective.
And don't forget about the big pharma companies who are already hunting us like mad for ruining their profits from innocent people who are desperate for a cure.
But since you've educated yourself with this video today, in the next few minutes, you'll find out how to get your hands on a brand new bottle. And before that, I want to explain to you how you should take CelluCare.
First, you should take 1 capsule of CelluCare daily for at least 30 days. There's no doubt that your blood sugar will start to stabilize in less than 3 weeks, and your markers will look good in less than a month. But it's essential for you to heal all your damaged cells and replace them with new healthy ones. This way, you will significantly decrease your risk of pancreas failure, heart, and liver problems, and you'll feel how your body is being supercharged and regenerated. Depending on your current situation, it could take at least 75 days to treat the deterioration caused by the lack of cyclin D3 after so many years of neglect, which means 3 bottles of CelluCare. Or, and this is the most popular choice among the people who contact us, if you want the best chance of fighting against heart complications, liver disease while treating type 2 diabetes, a 6-month supply of CelluCare is all you need. Nobody in the world can estimate exactly how many damaged cells are in your body at this point, because this depends on many factors, such as your medical history, how long you'd had type 2 diabetes, your overall state of health, lifestyle choices, and more. So, as a rule of thumb, after seeing the positive results of more than 140,000 people suffering from advanced type 2 diabetes, we recommend taking 6 bottles or more to be completely safe for a period of 180 days.
This should be enough to completely regenerate the entire body and eliminate health problems caused by diabetes, including the restoration of tissues, as was the case with me.
It's now obvious why CelluCare is the only efficient option to successfully treat type 2 diabetes. Nothing else out there has been proven to work. You could go to a doctor who will torture you, as it happened to me. You could try all the medications and treatments, only for you to suffer the negative side effects I've listed. In the end, you'll come to the same conclusion. Nothing works. The disease will keep getting worse, and you'll start feeling sicker, more depressed, exhausted, starved, and anxious. I also guarantee that these so-called alternative methods, such as meditation, acupuncture, or different shakes, which are actually all fake herbal extracts, are not strong enough to treat type 2 diabetes.
All of these are a waste of time, energy, and money, and you know it. They won't get you well in a million years.
Unlike these ineffective methods, CelluCare can get the job done in less than 3 weeks while keeping you safe from future heart, liver, and pancreas disorders. You can understand why Daniel and I initially wanted to set the price of CelluCare at $380 a bottle. All the ingredients are natural, most of them quite rare and hard to produce. Plus, this special formula is designed to address the root cause of type 2 diabetes, which is a life-threatening disease, one that could eventually leave you blind, with an amputated leg, or even dead. Also, add in the costs of seeing a specialist in your area, including the tests he'll make you pay for, and the drugs he is going to prescribe to you for the rest of your life. Given all of this, $380 a bottle should seem like an incredible offer. But, as I mentioned already, CelluCare is not about making a profit.
All we want is to help you and people like you get better. That's why my story and mission have been about from the start. I wish this miracle product had existed before I nearly traumatized my family with my amputation, but I can't change the past.
What matters now is that after receiving emails from people who can't afford CelluCare, I knew I had to find a way so that everyone could afford it. That's why there's no chance I could consider charging you anywhere near $400 for this. And because you're watching this presentation, if you act today through this website and take the life-changing decision of investing in this extraordinary anti-diabetes weapon, my team and I have agreed to give you the only effective treatment that allowed us to finally hit the stop button on type 2 diabetes for only $69 a bottle.
But you know what? I'm going to make the deal even sweeter.
Because I know how hard it is to live in constant fear that you could slip into a coma or lose your eyesight or get Alzheimer's. I've set up a discounted package system of 6 bottles of CelluCare for you. That's only $49 a bottle for a total of $294, which is being offered today only for as long as supplies last. And once we run out of bottles, the Buy Now buttons will not be active anymore until we make another batch again, which takes around 5 to 6 months at least. So click the 6-bottle package below, or any other package that you want to secure your order.
Consider this the smallest but most powerful investment you can ever make in yourself.
Yes, 1 bottle of CelluCare might stabilize your blood sugar and deal with your problems like restless sleep, low energy, and food cravings. 3 bottles might be enough to rapidly restore your entire body, slashing extra pounds, improving blood flow, and helping rejuvenate your brain cells to keep Alzheimer's away. But 6 bottles of CelluCare could make your body immune, not only to diabetes, cravings, poor blood flow, but to all the problems brought on by cells degeneration, like your pancreas, liver, and heart.
This way, you'll eliminate all types of bodily inflammation, some of which you might not even have a clue about.
Click the button below after choosing the best package for you, and you'll end up on our secure checkout page. Enter your payment details, place the order, and in less than 7 days from now, you'll get CelluCare delivered straight to your home. Click the button now. It's the only way to secure your package while supplies last. You have absolutely nothing to risk because you are covered by our 60-day 100% healthy or money-back guarantee. Start taking this groundbreaking formula today and see for yourself how your blood sugar levels drop back to their normal range within days, how your tiredness and cravings gradually fade away, how you can finally feel healthy again, and then be able to enjoy your favorite foods whenever you want, just like 140,000 other satisfied customers have discovered.
And if you're not satisfied for any reason, never happened, but just in case, send me an email and I will buy it back from you. No questions asked. Like I said, this is a 100% risk-free investment. So click the buttons below to get started on your journey of becoming diabetes-free. But please, know you really do have to act now.
We're offering CelluCare for just $69, and even cheaper if you're getting our more popular bundle packages. Just to put this amazing product into the hands of more people, you'll gain access to CelluCare, which will arrive at your doorstep in a matter of days.
Listen, when you think about it, you really only have 2 choices ahead of you right now, just like I did not long ago.
Option 1, stop following this presentation and leave this page. Do nothing. Keep going the way you are now, with those horrible cravings, the lethal blood sugar spikes, the burning inflammation in your body, with restrictive dieting, tiredness, restless sleep, risking a diabetic coma, blindness, amputation, or Alzheimer's. Frustrated that nothing works, spending hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars on useless therapies, struggling with your diabetes for years, or even decades, losing your vision, your leg, or your mental clarity. It's not going to be pleasant. Or, option 2, grab CelluCare right now while risking nothing at all. And you'll be surprised at how well it works. So click below to make your choice. Enter your payment details and place the order now. It was a pleasure for me to share my tale and this amazing discovery with you today.
I think you're ready to get started now. Click below and start reversing your type 2 diabetes today. Still here? Great. If you have any more questions, I'll do my best to answer them here.
What is cyclin D3 and what's the root cause of diabetes? Cyclin D3 is a protein that allows insulin cells to proliferate and differentiate. Studies have shown that people with diabetes have a deficiency of cyclin D3, which prevents their beta cells from multiplying and functioning properly. This major lack of insulin production is the real cause of diabetes. However, we've discovered that certain compounds can mimic the function of cyclin D3 and make it possible to not only multiply and differentiate beta cells, but also to repair damaged cells. Shortly after using this formula, people with diabetes can regenerate their beta cells, achieve normal blood sugar levels, stop insulin shots, and reverse diabetes, reestablishing the healthy function of not just the pancreas, but also of your cardiovascular system, kidneys, brain, and other major organs. It's the only proven method that grants you the power to bid farewell to your type 2 diabetes and its life-threatening complications. How is CelluCare manufactured? CelluCare is proudly manufactured right here in the United States within a facility that strictly respects the highest standards of good manufacturing practices. It is meticulously crafted with an FDA-registered facility with rigorous standards to ensure quality and safety. But we've also had our formula tested by an independent third-party laboratory to make sure that the ingredients match what's on the label and that there are no toxic ingredients inside. Obviously, we strongly disagree with the use of fillers, preservatives, and artificial ingredients. This commitment allows CelluCare to be an exceptionally pure, yet incredibly effective breakthrough in putting an end to type 2 diabetes and facilitating healthy blood sugar levels. How long will CelluCare be available to the public? My number one objective is to ensure that this groundbreaking solution reaches as many Americans as possible. Given the remarkable revolution it has sparked, I am committed to making it accessible for every American at an affordable cost, amounting to just pennies a day. However, there are some powerful enemies who fiercely oppose my actions. They would go to great lengths to silence me by attempting to remove this website from the internet. Because of their efforts and the significant time it takes to make each bottle of CelluCare of up to 6 months, I can't promise how long this website will stay online. Therefore, if you're ready to embrace the incredible benefits of CelluCare, it's critical that you take decisive action now by placing your order to secure your supply. How does the guarantee work? When you click on one of the options at the bottom of this page and get your supply of CelluCare today, you're automatically protected by our comprehensive 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. This means that if you change your mind about CelluCare for any reason within the next 2 months, simply reach out to our customer service team via phone or email. We will swiftly refund your entire investment of CelluCare within 48 hours, no questions asked. Rest assured, you'll be assisted by a genuine person who genuinely cares about your satisfaction and is eager to provide support. With our ironclad guarantee, you can take the leap with confidence and enjoy CelluCare without any risk on your part. Okay, I'm ready to order CelluCare now. What do I have to do next? All that's left for you is to click the order button below, choose the best package for you, enter your regular details, and place your order. We will promptly ship your bottles directly to your home. I have full confidence that you'll be amazed at how quickly CelluCare will reverse your type 2 diabetes and restore healthy glucose levels. Our 6-bottle package is the most popular option, and that's because 6 bottles of CelluCare could completely regenerate the entire body and eliminate any health problems caused by diabetes, including the restoration of tissues. Moreover, as I mentioned earlier, this entire purchase is protected by our 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. So go ahead and place your order now so you can experience the transformative power of CelluCare for yourself right away. The moment you place your order, we will expedite CelluCare to you. Once you receive your order in just a few short days, start taking CelluCare daily and make it your new morning ritual.
You'll be astounded by its remarkable efficacy. Click below and start turning back the clock on your diabetes today.